Dear students, welcome to official YouTube channel of SSMS IOIT. I, Mrs. Harshada Magar, will help you to understand some basic concept in the acoustic. In this session, we will learn about reverberation. So, starting with what is reverberation. Now, suppose we are in a room, okay, and a sound is being made. Then what happened? This sound waves continues to travel in all direction. Okay, so as in a room, there is walls are there, ceiling, floor, furniture. Okay, even some assume that some peoples are there. So what happened when this sound waves hit or reflect from all the surface, for example wall, ceiling, floor, furniture and the people, then that reflection can cause that sound to persist in a space even after the sound has stopped. Okay, so because of which the sound effect produced, the sonic effect produced, it is known as reverberation. Okay, so this reverberation is a common reason it can be difficult to carry on the conversation in a crowded room. Okay, or why some people don't sound as clear when you talk to them in a video conference, because of this reverberation. Okay, so this sound, when it get propagated, it may get reflected, refracted, diffracted, or sometime it may get absorbed. Okay, so the sound is produced in this closed area due to this repeated reflection of the sound wave. Okay, so it will change its original form. Okay, and we can see, or it can be persist even after it get stopped, the sound source, it has been stopped, even then also it persists over there, and this effect is known as the reverberation. So we can see in this room, when it is, there is a direct sound path also and the reflective sound part also. So from mini reflective surface it get reflected and it is coming towards the listener. Okay, so it is like the reflected sound tends to build up to a level louder than the direct sound. So this reflected sound masks the direct sound, whatever the direct sound path, it get masked due to this reflected sound path. Now see, this reverberation is the accumulation of sound wave in the space, and because of this reverberated sound, uh, as it gets stacked up, they can make a direct communication difficult, because there is so much ambient sound and the direct sound can get lost. Okay, so when that happened, people tend to speak up and heard over the dying where, which only cause the more reverb and the cycle continues. Okay, so when we can't listen properly, again it tends to make the louder sound, and it may the cycle get continue. So this type of reverberation, we can say, it is has to reduced, or it has to be limited. Okay, again there is other sonic phenomena also, which is known as echo. So most of the time it is considered that or there is a misconception that this echo and reverberation is same. Okay, but this is actually two different sonic phenomena. Okay, only one similarity is that ki this echo and this reverberation, they both happens after the sound has been made. Okay, once the sound has been made, then you can hear the echo also and the reverberation also. So what is echo? It is an echo is simply a sound wave that has been reflected or otherwise returned with a sufficient magnitude. Okay, the sufficient magnitude is important word here. So it when written with a sufficient magnitude and delay to be detectable as the wave distinct from that which has been directly transmitted, means directly transmitted wave and whatever the return wave, you can distinguish between them. Okay, so an echo is a reflected sound wave that is audibly distinct from the source sound. So whatever source sound is made and whatever the reflected sound is there, you can distinguish between both of them. So echoes are mainly produced due to the reflection of sound wave from the surface of, we can say, wall, roof, ceiling. Okay, and coming from the other sources. So when it reaches to a human eye, then with the direct sound wave which already we have heard, okay, so it is distinct from the source sound. Okay, so whatever the reception is, this type of reception is, we called it or termed it as a as an echo. So this formation of echo takes place when the time lag between these two voices or sound, it is about 1/17 of second, and the reflected surface are situated at a distance more than 15 meter. Okay, so this is echo. But in reverberation, on the other hand, it happens when the sound persists as a result of repeated reflection. Okay, so it persists. Okay, and in echo, it can distinguish. Okay, so when it persists as a result of repeated reflection, or we can say scattering after the sound source has been stopped. Okay, so while an echo is a distinct sound and reverberated sound are difficult to hear clearly, you can clearly hear the echo, but this reverberated sound, it is difficult to hear clearly because of this reflection keep coming or keep repeating. Okay, so it is not case in echo, it is not keep repeating. Here in reverberation it keep repeating. So basically echoes often sound very clear because the magnitude of sound and the distance it travel make it sound distinct. Okay, so you can distinguish between two sound and echo, but in reverberation it is not possible. It is like the sonic water, it become muddy. Okay, sonic water means we can see the analogy. Okay, so reverberation make it this whatever the sound water, it make it muddy. Okay, so the reverberation can muddy the sound water of your environment because the sound wave reflecting of multiple surface pile on top of each other. So what is the need of reverberation? So this reverberation is very much important phenomena while designing the acoustic studio. It is considered while designing the studio. Okay, so what is this need of reverberation? So when using the microphone or speaking publicly or performing live, some reverb will help you to give sound a richer or warmer feeling, or it may, we can say that it is more lively when some amount of reverberation is there. Okay, so on recording, simulating reverb using the software helps to create a sonic illusion that the listener is in the actual space with the musician. Okay, so somewhat reverberation is necessary. So if we deliberately remove total reverberation, then it won't feel lively. Okay, so without this reverberation, those sound will seem empty or tiny because they don't feel as real to us. Okay, so reverberation is needed for this live phenomena. So in live setting, too much reverb makes the language hard to understand. Okay, so if we increase this too much reverberation, then it will make us to hard or it will makes the language hard to understand. And too little reverberation means the sound from speaker or performer won't carry as far. Okay, so the proper calculation of this reverberation while designing the acoustic studio is needed. This is why the designer of lecture hall, theater and amphitheater and concert venue, they pay a particular attention to this reverberation quality of their venues. Again, the important factor while considering this reverberation is the reverberation time. Okay, so simply it is defined as the time taken for sound energy in a room to drop 60 dB below after the sound source has stopped surrounding. Okay, so reverberation time is the number of seconds it takes for reverberant sound energy to decrease by a definite number of decibel. So commonly it is 60 decibel. So common measurement of reverb time focus on time it take for reverberant energy to drop by 60 decibel. Okay, so concert hall designer have been factoring in reverberation time for year. Using this reverb time formula, architects have designed a concert hall that will stage the reverb time just enough to augment the music on a stage without muddying the sound. Okay, so this reverberation is very much important while designing this type of halls and acoustic studio, to feel it lively, to feel the music lively. Okay, so we will see the next concept in the next video lecture. Till then, thank you.